hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another video, and a video for Bookmark. This is day 5. I thought I would do the rapid fire book tag. I haven't been tagged. Saw a video by Heather, a booktuber that I watch quite a bit. I'll link her video down below. I'm not too sure where the tag originates from, but that is how I found it. And yeah, the 25 questions, it's sort of like rapid fires. You just like answer quickly, and yeah, that's it. Question 1 is ebook or physical book. Physical book, definitely. I don't particularly like reading ebooks, mostly because when I like try to read to get away from screens and stuff, so I don't really want to be reading on a screen. And yeah, I just prefer the actual feeling of a physical book in my hands. So yep. Question 2 is paperback or hardback. I think for reading, most of the time it's paperback, but I do quite like the look of hardbacks sometimes, especially because I don't know, they just look a bit nicer. But then when you do read them, they have like a slant, like that, for example. So I don't know, I think maybe I'll just stay paperbacks, but if I'm getting like a book just like to keep as like a trophy or something, then it'll be hardback. So yeah, paper though. Question 3 is online or in-store purchases. I'm gonna say in-store. I think I definitely prefer, especially like if you're buying a new book and you go into the store and you get to like look around and stuff and pick it out and stuff. I think that is like nicer. For like used books, I feel like sometimes it is a bit easier to find exactly what you want on like eBay or like Amazon Marketplace and like Vinted and things like that. So yeah, but also I do kind of like, you know, going into charity shops and seeing all the different selections, like what's there and what's new, or like what do you want to read. So yeah, I think I would say in-store. I think I do prefer to. The question 4 is trilogies or series. I mean, I would like say a trilogy is a series, but if it just means like series maybe over 3 books, someone that doesn't really read series much at all, or trilogies for that matter, I don't know, maybe series, just because like Hearts of a series, like manga books are parts of series and they're over 3 normally. This last month I just read the first part of my Andrew's autobiography, and that is like a series of works. So yeah, I'll probably say series. I don't know if I've actually read a trilogy. I might have, or started one, I don't know, to be honest. Question 5 is heroes or villains. I don't know, like I think villains can sometimes be, you know, more interesting, especially like understanding their arc and like reasons for doing the things they do. But I think I probably would say heroes, just because they're sort of like who you want to root for and like you get to understand them and stuff. So yeah, I don't know, heroes maybe, I don't know. Question 6 is a book you want everyone to read. Oh my god, I don't I think I might say Cheer the F Up by Jack Brooke. I think this is still my favourite non-fiction work. I think it's just such an incredible book and so important, and it's about how to help yourself when you're dealing with like mental health problems, but it's also about helping your friends and family and other people that are struggling. So like how you can help them and how you can help yourself through helping them and things like that. And I feel it's just such a great balance of memoir with this self-help element, and like elements of comedy and humor, and but also the emotive side. I think it's just such an exceptional book. I absolutely loved it. Question 7 is an underrated book. I mean, I could probably say Shut Up again. I think maybe I might say like Matt Cain's books. Like I definitely feel like he doesn't really get that much recognition. Like he's my favorite author, and of course I probably like think more highly, but like the Goodreads reviews and like when you see like not really many people like BookTok or BookTube or anything really read that many of his books, and I just think he's just so great, like his character studies and the way he like it muses the fun and like lighthearted elements of his stories with the more harder hitting emotional parts. And yeah, like they can change within like a sentence how you're feeling, and I just think he just is an incredible author. I just love his work, so I definitely think he is quite underrated. With question 8, what is the last book I finished? And that is The Secret Life of Albert Entwistle by Matt Cain. I have a whole reading vlog for this, which you can check out up there. Yes, the last book I finished, and I absolutely loved it. I mean, it's Matt Cain, of course I will. Question 9 is the last book I bought, and that is The Wedding People by Alison Espach. Got it in a charity shop for £1.25, which is good. I know so many people like love this 5-star, and like the way it like talks about stuff, and like it's a really nice copy of stuff. So yeah, I think I prefer the hardback edition of it, but yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong. I'm excited to get to that sometime. Then we have question 10. What is the weirdest things I've used as a bookmark? I don't know. Maybe like my phone or my leg. I don't know, to be honest. Maybe my phone. It's probably been other things I've used like intermittently, just like to quickly put in there whilst I go and quickly do something else. But like normally it's just like a bookmark or like a receipt or some like a train ticket or some things like that. So yeah, my phone. Question 11 is used books, yes or no? Huge yes, of course. Like the last book I got was used, this book was used. Majority of my library is used books. Even if they look new, quite a lot of them are still like used or bought from like pre-owned. Yeah, I think it's good. Like obviously like buying the new book new is nice, and like you get to pick out which one you want and stuff, especially with certain releases. If I'm really anticipating them, I will like pre-order or like buy them new, but most of the time I just sort of try and wait until I see them somewhere or get them cheaper somewhere else. So yeah, yep, definitely. Question 12 is my top 3 favorite genres. I definitely say like literary, which is sort of like genre-less in some sense. Like it's an amount, like many genres can have literary elements, but like it's just like the feeling of the book, and it's yeah, I don't know. Literary is my favorite genre. Then I would say like contemporary, and like I love like queer books and like LGBTQ plus books, but that isn't really a genre. It's just like representation. Not that big on romance or fantasy or horror or sci-fi. I do not like sci-fi. That's probably my least favorite genre. Dystopia, not too bad. Classics, maybe. Translated, that's not really a genre though. Autofiction. No, autofiction. I class it as a genre. It's very likely going to be literary as well, but yeah, literary, contemporary, autofiction, they're my favorite genres. That was not rapid fire, but sorry. Question 13, borrow or buy? I'm gonna say buy. I usually like to like own the copy of the book, and then if I'm really enjoying it, I can like underline and stuff like that if I want to. But yeah, I would say own. I prefer. You know, I would probably be better to try and use my library more, just so I'm not like spending so much on books and keep on collecting them. But I do feel like collecting and reading books are 2 separate hobbies. I am very passionate about both of them. Question 14, character or plot? I think plot is important. You do need to have a good like plot, but I'm probably more character. I do definitely like learning about the characters and like, you know, who they are and things. And so yeah, I'll say character. But like you can't just be all character, or like if I don't like the character, if they're boring or something, then you need to have a good plot to back it up. So they work in tandem, but character more so. I'm gonna try and do this quickly. Question 15, long or short books? Short books, definitely for me. I feel like if you can do a lot and make people feel like, you know, tell your story within lesser pages, personally I feel like it's better. Sometimes I am in the mood for a long book and to get my teeth sunk into it and, you know, spend more time with it. But you can also do that with short books and, you know, truly get to grips with what's being said. So I'm going to say short books for that. Then question 16 is long or short chapters? Short chapters, definitely. I don't really like long chapters. I think sometimes if they're only like 1 or 2 pages, that's maybe a little bit too short and it's sort of like, it's a bit stop-start as you're reading. But I feel like anywhere over like 30, 35, 40 pages, between that I feel like is sort of my cutoff between short and long chapters, and I do usually prefer like sub 30 pages per chapter. Question 17 is the first 3 books that come to mind. Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson, and A Heart for Christmas by Sophie Germain. The reason being, you're standing on them. That's my little tripod setup. Question 18, I think it's like, do you prefer books that make you laugh or make you cry? I think I like both. Obviously, like when you laugh it makes you happy, and when you cry it like usually makes you sad. But I feel like there's a more cathartic experience when you cry, and like to have that impact on you to make you cry, I feel like it's harder than to make you laugh. So I'm gonna say cry, and nearly all the books that do make me cry I love. So yeah, cry. Question 19, Our World or fictional? I'm gonna say Our World. Obviously I don't really like Our World, but I just prefer it really, because like fictional is, you know, with the contemporary sci-fi sort of genres, and I don't particularly read them, although some I do like a lot, like oh my god, the Someone You Can Build a Nest In by John Wiswell. That's in the fiction world and I absolutely loved it. Handmaid's Tale is, I mean, it's a mix, isn't it? Where am I going? This needs to be rapid fire. Like, what is actually wrong with me? Anyway, Our World, I would say. Question 20, audiobooks, yes or no? 100% yes. Like, it counts as reading. I love an audiobook, especially like, it's just like easier sometimes. So also I really like doing the immersion read of listening and reading physically at the same time. I feel like it can help, especially with like learning character names or something like that, and if you're like busy or you want to do something else whilst listening or, you know, reading the book. So yeah, 100% yes. Question 21, do I judge a book by its cover? I mean, probably, but I feel like not that much. Like, there is some books that I have that I don't particularly like the cover of, but it's because I know sort of what they're about and like things like that. Also, sometimes I feel like titles do quite a good job of, you know, showcasing the book to you for the first time as well as the cover. But yeah, I feel like if all those sort of like historically romance ones or some ones like that, and like, you know, ones that you see like in so many charity shops, I don't particularly just pick them up because I've seen what the cover looks like and I kind of know what they're going to be about. So yes, but I try not to. Question 22, book to TV or film adaptations. Yes, I don't really know what, I think that means like yes or no, like do you like them? Yeah, normally not all of them are good. Not, you know, most of the time the book is better than the book. No, most of the time the book is better than the show. But yeah, they have a place and they're good, and like you're able to, you know, take in the story through a different adaptation or a different person's lens of interpreting that work of text. So yeah. 23, a movie or TV show that is better than the book. I'd say maybe Scrooge, the like 1980s one with Albert Finney. It's one of my favorite films ever. I do prefer that to A Christmas Carol. Christmas Carol is an amazing 5-star book, absolutely love it, but I do love the show. It's just the film has so much like nostalgia and so much like importance to my memories. And also maybe like similarly for Christmas is like the I think it's 2000s how Grinch with Jim Carrey. Yeah, I love that one. I prefer it than the book by Dr. Seuss. So, yep. And then 24 series or standalones every single way, every single time. Not always, obviously, have exceptions like Heartstopper, and some like manga series, and like I just said, the autobiography series by Maya Angelou. But for the most part, I'm a standalone person. I prefer to sort of just be one and done. Maybe like I'm pining for more in this world or the story of the characters, but like I don't want to keep on having to wait until one's come out and stuff, things like that. But they have a time and place, but for the most part, standalones. And then question 5 is tag someone, tag yourself if you want. Anyway, that's my little mascot for the bookmas. Hope you enjoyed this little video, and I shall see you soon. Bye.